Imagine you're pulling out of your driveway and your car suddenly feels like it is struggling to move, or maybe it is taking off in second or third gear instead of first while that orange check engine light is glowing on your dash, which is a clear sign that you are dealing with code P0846. This specific diagnostic trouble code stands for a range or performance issue in your transmission fluid pressure sensor or switch circuit, known as circuit B, and it is often referred to as a rationality fault. This is a generic powertrain code for all vehicles made after 1996, including your Jeep or Dodge, and even your Honda or Mazda truck. Your transmission fluid pressure sensor is a critical part usually found attached to the side of the valve body inside your transmission, but sometimes you might find it screwed directly into the side of the transmission case itself. Its main job is to take the physical hydraulic pressure inside the transmission and turn it into an electrical signal that your powertrain control module or transmission control module can actually understand. The computer uses this voltage signal to figure out exactly how much pressure is running through the system or to know precisely when a gear shift is occurring, so it can time things perfectly. When that B circuit input signal does not match the normal operating voltages stored in the computer memory, this code gets triggered, and it means the computer has noticed the sensor reading does not make sense given the current driving conditions. While it is often an electrical circuit issue, you cannot completely rule out internal mechanical problems like internal fluid leaks or even cracked and missing check balls inside the valve body itself. You might notice a major change in your shift quality where the car shifts very hard or even goes into what we call limping mode, where it stays in a higher gear to prevent further damage to the internal clutches. The most common causes are an open or shorted circuit in the wiring harness or a failed sensor itself that has seen too many miles. Sometimes it is just a mechanical issue like low main line pressure or a stuck valve inside that valve body. To fix this, you should always start by checking for any technical service bulletins for your specific year model because there might be a known factory fix that save you a lot of money and time. You should visually inspect the external wiring harness for any signs of rubbing or melted plastic, especially if you have been driving through rough terrain. Pull the connector apart and check for that green tint, which means corrosion has set in, and this is very common for connectors exposed to the elements. If you have a scan tool, clear the codes first to see if it returns, and if it does, you will need to use a digital voltmeter to check for either 5 or 12 volts at the signal terminal with the key on and the engine off. If the voltage is wrong, you might be looking at a wiring repair or a bad control module. If the wiring checks out, you should test the resistance of the sensor itself and compare it to the factory specs in your repair manual. You should definitely visit a professional diagnostician if the fluid change does not solve the problem or if you suspect an internal mechanical failure, because opening up a transmission is a very technical job that requires specialized tools. Getting this fixed early will save you from a total transmission rebuild later on and keep your car running smooth for many miles to reach. Take care of your car, and it will take care of you.